a special interview with Jeff Oliverio and Jameer Baptiste from My Hollywood Pride. This Saturday, January 22nd, I, Misty Eyez, will be joining My Hollywood Pride as part of the entertainment lineup for Drag Queen Storytime for the children, and as well as Drag Queen Talk and Question and Answer for the teens. Find out more about the inaugural event with the special interview. Watch this.
Well, there's Wilton Manors, there's Fort Lauderdale, then there's Miami's South Beach. But are we at the beginning of something new? Then it got me thinking about a classic movie I love. The ending, you know. Watch this.
Welcome to Hollywood. What's your dream? Everybody comes here. This is Hollywood, land of dreams. Some dreams come true, some don't. But keep on dreaming. This is Hollywood. Always time to dream, so keep on dreaming.
Wait, was that Jameer? Hollywood, yes, the real Hollywood is what we're talking about. You know, in South Florida, the city has come a long way for queer people and LGBTQ plus representation. Just 5 years ago, the Human Rights Campaign, HRC, gave the city a disappointing 49 out of 100 city equality rating. Well, this Saturday, January 22nd, will be the first ever LGBTQ Pride Festival called My Hollywood Pride. And Hollywood will also celebrate its brand new 2021 100% rating. Doesn't that sound amazing? The street festival is full of main stage entertainment, vendors, and Pride celebrations. And you. And let's face it, who doesn't like a good virgin experience? And we just may have it in My Hollywood Pride. Joining us from the Hollywood LGBTQ Plus Council are board members Jeff Oliverio and Jameer Baptiste. Welcome, gentlemen.
Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
This is really exciting. I have never been to a Pride event. I've been to hundreds of Pride events. I've never been to the first ever Pride event. How exciting is that for you and Hollywood?
Well, I think it's as the clip just referenced, it's a dream in the making. When we started the Hollywood LGBTQ Council just a few years ago, one of the first things people said to us is, when are you going to do a Pride? And we thought, oh, well, you know, we're not ready for that. It's a big undertaking. And then COVID happened, of course, so that, you know, kind of separated our community. So this is not just a Pride, but it's a getting our community back together after we've been separated for so long.
Yeah, we always joke. Wilton Manors, you ever heard of that?
I'm not too familiar.
Yeah,
I've been there once.
We always joke here at Happening Out and Queer News Tonight that it's the gayest place on planet Earth, and I only have to look to my right to know that that's true. And then we got Miami South Beach. Hollywood sits kind of in no man's land. How is it in terms of Hollywood stepping up and saying, oh, wait, hold on here. There's another big emerging LGBT gayborhood here in South Florida. How does that feel in terms of where Hollywood sits?
And what's interesting is that no man's land is in between Miami Beach and Wilton Manors. So now you have a center location that you can come to that's accepting to our community. So how great is that, right?
Absolutely. You know, I hadn't thought about it that way. We could do a progressive party. Those are lots of fun. We'll start early in Wilton Manors because we're a little older here in Wilton Manors. And then we'll go to Hollywood and we'll finish till 4 a.m. Oh, wait, not anymore. But in Miami South Beach. Yeah, that's interesting. Let's talk about the HRC situation. 5 years ago, the council, the Hollywood, LGBT Hollywood Council started 5 years ago?
No, actually in 2019.
Oh,
yes.
Really?
Recently.
Yeah. So,
Only 3 years ago.
So HRC did its first rating on Hollywood, and for those that don't know, 49 is not the best rating. However, we have to say there are communities around the country that get even a lower rating.
Absolutely.
Right? And we sat in the fall and waited on you and waited on you. I kept pestering Jeff, what's the rating? What's the rating? And then we were all just blown over. It came out 100% rating. That's amazing. What was the city's reaction, your leadership, your business community? What was the reaction in Hollywood?
Well, I think from the city's standpoint, when we elevated that we got that score, it was just as much of a shock to them as it was that they got that the score was a 49. And they actually just, a lot of it was just kind of language and trying to, coach them on ways that we can improve the score. And then some of them were bigger things, of course, like, providing, non-discrimination protections in some of the language for policies that the city has put in place. One of them was, working with vendors that the city uses. I mean, so these are important things, and although, the county supersedes a lot of these, it's important to show that that language is there for people that live in our city, and to know that, and it includes, not just LGBTQ people, even women as a protection was not in some of the language.
A lot of people don't realize the HRC municipality index is so incredibly important because Hollywood's in the heart of the largest LGBTQ travel destination on the entire planet. Fort Lauderdale, visit Fort Lauderdale, and Miami-Dade visitors, Convention and Visitors Bureau, along with our two ports, we're the #1 destination for LGBT tourism in the entire world. And Hollywood sits right in the heart of it. And when people are making decisions on where they're going to go, the HRC index is often one of the main principal decision makers of the embracement of the community. Now Hollywood's going to be right there in the same breath as Wilton Manors, Fort Lauderdale, and South Beach. That's just amazing in terms of the representation that says for our community.
Yeah, and what was so cool about the whole experience is that Hollywood was on board. The government of Hollywood was on board with this whole process, so it made it seamless and easy to actually get to that 100 score.
Yeah.
JB, you're right. The city has done a lot for the council since we launched. They first started with, we were the first city in Florida to raise the Progress Pride flag 2 years ago, and that was very exciting. The first year that we founded, they did a Pride proclamation, which the city had never had. So all of these firsts have come fast and furious, and the city has been behind every one of them, and it's been fantastic, including this Pride event. They're all behind us.
Your mayor and your city council and your Chamber of Commerce watches this episode of Queer News Tonight, because the entire LGBTQ community is really celebrating saluting the entire community of Hollywood. I make the joke when I'm introducing you that I've never participated in a virgin a virgin Pride event. Of course, I make the joke, but one of the things that is interesting to me that I have never seen before, we've been pretty careful of not saying Hollywood Pride, Hollywood Pride. We have followed your initiative of My Hollywood Pride. I've never seen any Pride celebration in the country do that before. What was the decision making that went into adding the My to your title?
I think, JB, you were part of that conversation originally, and it just highlighted the uniqueness that Hollywood is that everyone kind of chooses their own adventure at this Pride. If you're coming for, art and culture, we have an amazing art and culture installation with the Stonewall Museum and the World AIDS Museum, and we have films at Cinema Paradiso if you want to see LGBTQ themed films. We have amazing entertainment if you want entertainment. We have an amazing choice of food vendors from either in the festival and our downtown restaurants, so we want to highlight them. And then we have this, what we think is the most unique part of the event, is the Kids and Youth Zone. That's going to be manned by both SunServe, Pride Lines, and Big Brothers and Big Sisters Pride. So
it was really a branding aspect of just having it a all-encompassing event where everybody feels they're part of it. So once you say it, My Hollywood Pride, it belongs to you and how you feel and how you want to explore that pride. Being that Hollywood hasn't been the destination for the LGBT community, now it becomes part of you by adding that My in there.
Yeah, and I think y'all have hit a home run with the incorporation of My, because it personalizes it
exactly.
very much. Okay, well, we're going to have a street festival, and this is the first time you've done it. So tell us a little bit about that. None of us have been before, so we don't know, this is what they do, this is where this is where that does, et cetera and so on. Walk us through. How does the festival work? Starts at 1 o'clock.
Starts at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, and
12:45 for a flag raising.
Yeah, flag raising in the
and so
city.
Jeff and I have been there in our heads a million times.
Yes. Walking through.
I'm going to pull that out of your head.
So
Tell us.
So we could
what's
just
going to happen.
Yeah, so it's amazing. It starts at 1 p.m. It's a boatload of fun, different activities that you can enjoy. We have the main stage packed throughout the whole event from 1 to midnight, and then we have an after party with Karma Lounge that's there on Hollywood. And what's great about everything that we have available is within walking distance of our street festival.
On Hollywood Boulevard.
On Hollywood Boulevard in the downtown area.
Yeah.
So it's just packed with so much fun and engaging activities. Like Jeff mentioned, we have the kids zone, which is amazing. From 1 to 5, we have the younger kids with face painting, free ice cream. I'm going to take advantage of that. I'd be like, I'm a
Jameer, I believe you. Yeah, right.
But yeah, just free ice cream, face painting, so much great activities. And then from 5 to 9 will be for the teen zone, where they'll have like a mixology station where they can make mocktails and things like that. And it's just a great experience for our youth as well as the adults, where we have the main stage, the DJ West stage as well.
You have
and
vendors.
So much. Yes,
vendor tents.
we have vendor tents, exhibitors, lots of food. What's great about the Hollywood downtown area is that we're surrounded by restaurants. Yeah. So not only did we bring in food vendors, but you can actually visit and take advantage of the restaurants that are right there on Hollywood.
Yeah, excellent. And one of the other things that I thought was very interesting is often in Florida, and certainly here in South Florida, our prides can be at a time of the year when it's a little warmer. Yeah. You seem to be in January. That seems to be a sound structural decision to have the first My Hollywood Pride.
Yeah, we kind of saw it as like the Pride half birthday. You know, like instead of having it in June, we have it in January. Yeah. There is no counter programming, and one of the things is, again, we have so many amazing Pride festivals here. We weren't trying to compete with those festivals, and we weren't trying to compete with any of the events. We wanted to have our own event.
Yeah.
And make it
It's
special.
very interesting. Faye Watt did her show this week, and there was a conversation about, can you have too many prides? And it was a universal no. Representation changes and evolves, and with those changes and the evolution of prides, different organizations in different cities bring different things, and that improves our representation in the community. It made perfect sense to me. Let's talk about what you've already said. Impressive lineup for first year of entertainment. You have main and satellite stages, so there's lots of stuff going on all the time on Hollywood Boulevard. Let me just do a first kind of quick run through. Miss Florida at Large, Velvet Lenore, is the principal host. She is the reigning Miss Florida. She is hilarious. Daisy Dead Petals, who's that? Daisy?
Just an icon in our community.
Around the way. Around the way, girl.
Right? We're looking forward to seeing Daisy. And Rihanna Patron, multiple DJs, including Tony Duncan and Ryan Morales. Miss Florida's Melanie Monroe. You have singer-songwriters, which I think is interesting. Singer-songwriter, and it's pronounced Kiowa.
Yes.
Kiowa, right? Okay, and Joey Young, Catalay Davenport. You have a Pat Benatar tribute band, Midnight Angel. Tell me what the decision making was to have a Pat Benatar band at a Pride festival.
Well, again, I think it goes back to what JV said, is that this is a Pride for everyone. So we didn't want the programming to be, you know, for just one audience, and we wanted to have a diverse mix of both.
Are you criticizing my disco, Jeff?
No, I mean, listen, I think everyone should, you know, should listen to the music they love, but also the representation of what people will want to attend and listen to, and having live music, like actual live performers, we thought was a really key component. Hollywood is known for having live musical acts in the downtown, and so we wanted to reflect that.
Yes, and we really have to give a nod to our entertainment director, Francesca, for pulling all these great diverse acts together to complete a beautiful and fun and energetic
main diversity for a day festival for Pride, for sure. And of course, I love this. I met her yesterday. You have a headliner concert. I remembered her from NBC's The Voice, the live show top 16 contestant, Karina Iglesias. And what a great representation she is in the community. She told me yesterday, for one of the things that we're doing in promoting her concert, that she has gotten back to songwriting and she has written a special song, and she's going to debut it at Hollywood Pride. Is a collaboration with Tracy Young, the Grammy Award winner for Madonna fame. Tell us about Karina and having a headline act. What was the process there?
First and foremost, I would like to say, look out, Stonewall and Miami Beach gave
Good
up.
job. All right, now you're gay. You're dropping the mic on,
it's
on your
amazing.
big brothers. Okay.
No, but we enjoy all the prides, but it's just so amazing to have something so unique. We have so many unique experiences in this pride, and to add Karina Iglesias to it, who was on The Voice, and now re-energized to do what she loves and have this special tribute to My Hollywood Pride just is overwhelming, and we're just humbled by it. And we can't wait to hear it, but just to have her, you know, because she's been away from music for a little bit, not saying that she's been in the background, but hasn't really set that tone, and now she's coming back hard with a single that is partnered with a Grammy Award winner,
Yes,
you know,
that's
Tracy
absolutely
Young.
right. And
That's
she has
amazing.
an awesome voice.
And the connection that every one of these performers are is that they're all from South Florida, which is also, I think, very unique for a Pride, where, you know, we typically do bring in headliners that don't have a connection to the local community. They're just, you know, they're famous, but they don't have a local connection. These performers all perform here locally and live here locally, which I think is also a difference in the entertainment.
We are very proud. We're one of the presenting sponsors for My Hollywood Pride, Hotspots
thank
Magazine,
you.
and Happening Out Television Network. And I see Faye Watts, partner in crime, her bed partner in crime, Damien Lenore, is going to be performing also. There's a picture of Damien.
Yeah, we'll leave that one up for a
Damn
second.
boy, I really just don't like ugly. I just don't. He's so ugly, but he's a great personality. He's got great personality.
Yes, he does.
So Damien's going to be on the stage. That's going to be a lot of fun. Tell us a little bit about. It must be expensive to do something like this. It takes a lot of money. People go, "Oh, I'm just going to show up," and
Yeah.
the barricades went up at no cost.
Yeah, if I have bags under my eyes for the interview, it's because this past week has been a little draining, and it still continues to be right now. But first and foremost, we could not do Pride without sponsors. So first, you know, of course, we're here. It's happening out, and Hotspots for being a presenting sponsor. We're lucky to have one of our leading healthcare organizations in the community, AHF, as a presenting sponsor. They're going to be on site doing mobile testing, which we really love. So they're going to be there. We have community support from the Hollywood Historical Society, which is also a very unique Pride sponsor.
That is a very unusual sponsor for a like organization for a Pride event. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I mean, Hollywood has a rich history. It's one of the oldest cities in the state of Florida. It has a very long history, and when Joseph Young founded the city. So the Hollywood Historical Society is actually going to have an installation in their booth about some Hollywood history. So I think stop by and check that out. We also, you know, we're fortunate to have the Hollywood CRA help us put this Pride event on to help support the local businesses. So one of the things that was very key to this was having this interaction with local businesses. We even have one of the main bars in downtown Hollywood, Mickey Burns Irish Pub, that's on our Pride committee, which is an Irish pub. He is like the key center account in the middle of this Pride festival. He's doing activation. I was there last night. His staff is like having shirts made that say Pride staff. I mean, they're going all out. They're so excited, excited.
And that again just speaks to how much Hollywood has embraced this experience. You know, out of the 4 presenting sponsors that we have, 2 of them are part of Hollywood's community. So it's amazing to have that support from them, and it just shows how much they're committed to this process.
Well, it sounds like a blast. I can't wait to be there. You're doing a fundraiser with the HRC that is going to begin at Schwa, and that starts at like 11 o'clock.
11 a.m.
11 a.m. and help the HRC and My Hollywood Pride and the LGBTQ Council in Hollywood. Final thoughts. It sounds like just a blast. And January 22nd, when the weather is perfect, it is a not miss. What in the world are you going to do on Saturday? Oh, I'm going to go to Hollywood Pride, or I'm going to mow the lawn.
Right.
No.
Exactly.
You're choosing to go to the Hollywood Pride. I'm curious to both of you, last thoughts. Monday, you never get a first ever again. This is the first time ever you're going to see all of these people celebrate our community, my community, in the way that they're going to celebrate Monday morning when it's all done and you've had a day to rest. What do you expect you're going to say about my Hollywood Pride? What do you think you're going to say Monday morning?
Well, I've thought about this a lot, and I think what I would like to see if it's a successful event is that people come and experience Hollywood that have never seen our community before, that we put on a good show for them, and that we have people that say, wow, I didn't realize all of this was in Hollywood, and I want to come back. And that's really the idea of this. It's to bring community to us, because we don't have a center of the LGBTQ community like a Wilton Manors does, or even a South Beach does. This is to bring people together to let them know we're here.
Yeah.
And that's what this is about.
And Monday morning for you, Jameer?
And to add to that, just to have the locals and the residents of Hollywood actually take away from the experience as well. Like, this is what the LGBT community has to offer or is about. If we can just have one person learn our history, like what we have with our Pride Cultural event hub that we're having, the Pride Cultural Hub with the World AIDS Museum and Stonewall Museum, where you could go on a tour throughout the whole festival from 1 to 9 p.m. just to have people experience what the LGBT community is about that hasn't before will be amazing as well. Other than just feeling relieved that we achieved this, our first virginal Pride. Other than that, to know that people are actually going to enjoy it for multiple reasons, whether it's the entertainment, whether it's the education, whether it's the location, it's just so humbling, and I'm super excited.
You're both heard loud and clear. It's very interesting to me having so many prides under my belt all over the country and really all over the world. It's very, very unusual to hear so much local origination in your conversation about a Pride event. That is wonderful because, by the way, that's exactly how they start.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I think you have a unique opportunity to see something that you haven't seen before, the first time. And if you miss Saturday, January 22nd, it's never coming around again as the first time. It's going to roar back in 2023, but you want to be there this Saturday. Gentlemen, thank you very much. I'm so excited to come and see this and participate. And I know our entire South Florida community is excited. And just like we started the video at the top, Hollywood is where dreams come true.
That's right.
Come true.
Everybody comes to Hollywood. We'll see
Everybody
you.
comes to Hollywood. At least
Hollywood
this
Pride.
Saturday,
I'm
January
going to be on the
22nd.
stage doing it.
We'll see you there.
Hollywood.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBT